Hello Genesis, Dad here. Today's video topic is about schooling. Now, you'll probably be in school by the time you see these videos and can articulate and understand what's going on. So, I want to talk about school, and I want to use me as an example, and I always want the absolute best for you, and I always want you to be better than me and your mother in every single aspect of life. School is very important. In school, when I went, I didn't take it seriously. I never felt that I had to be good in school. However, my sister, your Auntie Tara, was very good in school. She had all A's, was constantly getting honor roll, where I was getting B's, C's, D's, and sometimes F's. Now, that doesn't mean that you should too. That doesn't mean because I got something that you should get the same thing. Because realistically, I didn't try in school. I'm so much more intelligent now than I was in school. And you might say, well, since you're out of school, how do you become more intelligent? Well, that has to do with doing research. It has to do with watching videos, watching documentaries, learning new words, broadening your vocabulary, watching TV shows, different movies, learning facts, reading the news. So now having the accessibility of the internet being in front of you and so accessible, it's easy to learn new things. I mean, YouTube is just a click away, and YouTube has content forever. It's not like you're watching an episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy and you're waiting for the next episode in a week. No, there's millions of videos, maybe even billions of videos being added daily to YouTube, whether it's YouTube videos, YouTube shorts. It's always new content. So in school, I was more like, hey, look, there's a lot of class clowns in here. I was trying to be funny, but I also was like not worried about school. I was like, yeah, I'll graduate. And, I didn't know after that. So with you going to school, I want you to realize that, number one, it's very important. Now, everything in school that you will learn is not something you will use in life. And that's when I got a little frustrated myself, because I'm like, how would I ever use this math in life? How is this pertaining to what I plan to get a degree in or excel in or whatever occupation I choose or of my choosing? So that's when I started to not really try as hard, and I always felt like I always had to live up to my sister, who at that time was more smarter than I was because of her age and because of her ability to focus that I felt that I didn't have. There's no real ability or disability that we have that stops us from learning unless you're diagnosed with something like ADHD and dyslexia and other things, other disorders that you can possibly have. But other than that, we should really focus on school to do our absolute best and not to be second, not to be third, not to be the fifth smartest kid in the class. But the game of it all is to be the smartest kid in the class, to graduate the smartest kid in the entire school. And when you're learning something in school, and let's just say you didn't understand it fully, when you go home, you look it up, you learn it, and you excel in it. If you're in a book and you're in chapter 1 and you understand chapter 1 perfectly fine, great. Start working on chapter 2, start working on chapter 3, start working on chapter 4. Always be ahead of the curve. Not only will this help you in school, but this will help you in life in general. Because in life, you always have to be ahead of the curve. Success and rich people come from inventing things that other people didn't invent. And that's why they become successful, or knowing things that other people didn't know. So when it comes to school, it's not all about socialize. It's not all about making friends. Yes, it's good to make friends that you can be acquainted with outside of school. And when you're in elementary school, you get a recess. And at recess, you get to spend time with your friends. In elementary, middle school, high school, and college, you have a lunchtime. And this is when you can eat and conversate with your friends as well. But realize, when it's time to learn, it's time to learn. And when you do get to your first class with your teacher, you sit in the very first front seat as closest to the teacher as possible, because you want to be able to hear and understand everything that she has to say and so you fully grasp it. Where being in the back or the middle, you might not hear her over the other kids. And if you ever feel that you're in a class where you can't fully hear the teacher and the other students are being rude and abruptive and just not being fair, what I want you to do is talk to me and tell me, and I will talk to your counselor, and we'll get you put into another class, or we'll figure out something else that'll make it work. So once you're in around middle school, I want you to start thinking about what you want to do with your life. What field do you want to excel in? This way, when you do go to college, you're already ahead of the curve and you know exactly what you want to do, and you're going to study and go to college for what exactly you want to do. If you want to become a doctor, that's 8 years of college, and then you can start it from the very beginning and know definitively that is exactly what you want to do. And again, you can start doing research and learning about specific topics or occupations way before you go to college. So if you want to become a doctor, start learning about it way ahead of time. This way, when you're in college, it's a lot more easier to understand the curriculum than it would be difficult because you're behind the curve. So I hope this helps you, Genesis. School is very important, and not everything you learn in school will be used in life. However, when you are in, I believe, middle school, you start taking elective classes, and these elective classes are very important. So whether it's physical education or music class or computers, take a class that you feel probably the least knowledgeable about, so you can learn and develop that skill that could be beneficial in life, even if it's not used to your occupation. So let's just say you're not good at computers, and you're like, well, I don't really like learning computers on my own. I'd rather learn in a class or a classroom. And okay, so then you take computer class and then you learn something new. I've been years and years, over maybe like 8 years of computer classes when I was in school, and I've learned so much. Even though I already liked computers, I was very knowledgeable about it, but even to this day, it just got me to where I am, where I know so much about computers. So Genesis, I just want to say good luck. I love you so much, and if you ever need help in school, I'm here for you. If you ever feel you need a tutor, I'm here for you. And I am the father that's going to be making sure you get done your homework and keeping you on your toes and keeping you ahead of the curve, because I know when I was in school, that's not what my parents did for me. They didn't check my homework. They didn't make sure my homework was done, and and they didn't push me in school, and they didn't push me to go to college and push me to find a job that I love and to be successful and graduate. So I will be that father that will stay on top of it, because the world is a very difficult place, and the only thing that I want to see more is not only you be healthy and happy, but for you to succeed in life. I love you. Bye.